Here we go live. Make sure it's all set up good.
But at least I'll have the clips clean for the first part of fall.
Okay, let's see if it works out.
I mean, I go probably.
Put it on my phone, and then we will see how it's turning out. Make sure I got it the right spot. Hopefully. It's up on the lid there. Not now. Let's go to there it goes. So let's go to live.
These slip-on orthopedic shoes are built for middle-aged and elderly
Commercial.
men. Once you try them, you won't want anything else.
All right, looks like it's got half my body. Let's go live. So we'll have to jack her up.
Orthopedic shoes are built for middle-aged and elderly men. Once you try them, you won't want anything else.
Definitely not up high enough. I'll have to get it so you can see my face. We'll have to jack her up. Gonna give it a lift kit. Definitely not up high enough. I'll have to get it so you can see my face. Stick with me here. I'm gonna keep lifting it up and find more things to lift her up. More stuff. More things. No boxes. There's boxes. Stick with me here. Box might work. Look at that. Now we can look, see if it's lifted it up high enough. I have it on my phone here. Gotta turn it down so you get the feedback. There we go. Well, I don't need to listen to myself. And then let's see here. I should be stepping into the picture. Oh yeah, I'm kind of dark. Huh. I have to go the other direction maybe. It's pretty dark. Wow, that's cool. Because of all the light from the beautiful view. So we'll have to switch it around on how we're working on it. You're gonna have a view of the bikes. So I don't know if anybody's on there yet, but we're just getting it set up because I'm in the back of the truck. I figured I'd kind of show you what I'm doing while we're in the back of the truck. If that makes sense to anybody or everybody. We're building the cattle truck mobile bar. That should be right about there. And looks like I got people watching. How are you doing? Hello. Nice to see you. Glad you're back. Let's see where it looks like now. Let's see if I'm on here. Got that closed up. Oh yeah, good enough. So we'll do live chat. So if you got anything to say hello, everyone. All right, there you go. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Said we're building a little mobile bar here. We're up in the truck right now. So you're rolling in the truck. I'm actually putting jumpers together. So these little jumpers go. We gotta get the other pieces. So we ended up getting some really cool little clamps that I like a lot. So bear with me here while I get set up. Now that we got everything kind of up and rolling, I have to move some tools around from what I had because I had it set up the other way. It looks like it moves on because you're up on top of the awning right now. So these are the little ends for it. Stick around. That's being a bear. There it goes. All right. So what we're doing here, between the faucet down here, or where the tap is, where the beer tap is, It goes through this wall right here, and then it goes into this jumper box, which you can't really see on camera. This connects it right here. So you have to cut it to shorten it. You want it as short as possible, insulate it so it keeps it ice cold. But they say you use hose clamps, and I have these really fancy hose clamps here. Let's make sure they're the right size. Those aren't the right ones. I had to buy a couple extra different ones to spend the $5 to do the card. So I get some bigger ones. So I do 11 by 13. I'm not going to call it millimeter because I get in trouble when I call it millimeter. But that's what size it fits this thing. And what I did was I cut it, I measured it once, cut it twice. And then you measure it, make sure it hits the box just right. It seems to line up pretty good. I could probably take a little more out of it. Once it goes in there like that, yeah, I'm going to take a little bit more out. So the way you cut it, you go to your favorite Home Depot, you get these PVC pipe cutters. They really work good on cutting line. And what you want is you want it nice and straight. Take another little bit off it. And they work really good, cut really clean. Really clean. That's your pro tip of the day. Works all sorts of good hoses like that. So it just cuts right through it, nice and smooth. Pressure's on. Pressure's on. Yep, there it is. See how nice it cut it? Really nice end on it. So then we're going to put this on there. But first, what we're going to do is I'm going to get the other ones all the same length. Well, I can do it afterwards. So they'll all be the exact same length. Yeah, we'll do the other ones. There'll be 4 of them here in the box. There's 3. Looking for number 4. Got number 4. So I went down to your hometown auto here in Cottonwood, Idaho, and these are the jumpers they give you. They say to keep it as short as possible because when it comes out of that ice cold chest with all the coils wrapped in it, it goes through this, well, this is not ice, and then to the tap. So if it sits for a minute, it can kind of get warm. So really what you want to do is insulate that, keep it cold. And I have some of these insulators that will cut to length on guard. Little pipe insulation, that should do it. That's why they want it short, so it's very minimal. So we're going to cut these all to the same length. Now they come with these crimped on, really nice ends on them. Problem is if you have to shorten it, you got to shorten it, so that's the way it goes. So we want to get them all the same length, which should be fairly simple. So I got to take these ends off. I'm going to take the ends off, get a better look at it, and then cut it. Build them all the same exact length. And I can run these. So if anybody has a trick on how to get these fancy ends off, because they're kind of a booger to come off. They don't want to come apart. So what I did is I just kind of took a pair of dikes with it, or a pair of pliers, side cutters. Can you say dikes anymore? That's what we used to call them. They just kind of keep prying them and cutting them until they come apart. Oh, man, they're kind of a booger though. They do not want to come apart. They are quality stuff. I just kind of wiggle it back and forth in the last one and hope it eventually comes out of there. I don't know if we have anybody chatting out there or tuning in. I know it's kind of, middle of the day. People are probably at work and doing their thing, but if I was out here working, I can always talk to you while we're doing it. Doesn't hurt to flip it on. And I appreciate all my subscribers. So, oh man, I guess it's I guess I could grind them off. Well, they're a real bugger to get off. They're they're no joke. As you can see, I don't know how many minutes I've been messing with it, but it's a while. No doubt about it. They are really on there. I don't think they'll leak, that's for sure. Not thinking they're gonna leak. I'll show you what I'm gonna do with it. You put these little fuel injection hose clamps on them. They got a band all the way around. They work really well. When you're working on your cars and stuff, I'd suggest those better than the other ones. They seem to work really, really well. Found them years ago. And I don't use those other little hose clampy ones much anymore. Those little worm drive things. So that's what we're doing. Trying to get it. Maybe if I put a pair of vice grips on it and bend it back and forth and wiggle it just a little bit, maybe it'll come off or break apart. Oh, just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, there it goes. That's the way you do it. Okay, so if you're following along, small little pair of vice grips, clamp on that little clamp section of it, and wiggle it around until it comes apart. That's the way you do it. Then it comes right off. All right, way better. So now we just got to pull off the end of it. Which I do have a razor blade knife. I'm going to cut it. And I'm recutting it anyways. Why fight it? I got a 911 knife. I just cut the rubber right there. There we go. Man, these things are unbelievable. That's some good stuff, man. I got it at Cold Break is where I got it from. So if you go on my Facebook or my YouTube channel, you'll see Cold Break on there. It's a company I use for all this equipment for this bar truck. So they have good quality stuff, obviously. Oh, we just pry it apart. There it goes. All right. So that one's off. So what we are going to do, so they're all the same length. Just line it up like so. said, it's cut twice, measure once. You just pinch her off. Let's see how it lined up. It is a hair longer. Well, no, I don't think so. It's so close. Who would ever know? So we got 2 of those here to go back on. 2 more to go. So let's see if it works this time with just the vice grips. Let's see if we can get her done. There we go, got the vice grips on. Do a wiggle back and forth. If you guys are out there right now, make sure you like and subscribe. Sure helps us out. We appreciate your support. Also, drop a comment if you're wondering what I'm doing. These suckers are, boy, they're on there. They're not being very cooperative. They're legit, boy. That's for sure. Yeah, like I said, if you're on there, do it, like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Let me see some comments. You got any questions about what we're doing? If you just joined us, love to hear what you got to say. And if you know a better way to get these little metal clamps off, I'm all ears. But they do not want to come off. They are something else, boy. Just kind of wiggling them back and forth with a pair of vice grips and hope I get them. Hope it turns out. They're really something else. This one's finally coming to, I think, but these clamps are quite a bit. A shout out to Cold Break for putting together quite the little clamp. I don't know if they're out there watching or not, but man, you can clamp anything with that. These things are just tough as nails. I don't know if you can tell, but man. And I don't really want to get a grinder in there because I don't want to screw up this, little end on it. That'll definitely not help our cause. This thing is really, this thing's being a regular old, I don't know if this vice grip thing was any better. Definitely bending it more, but it is, boy, it is tough, tough, tough. Bringing me carburetors.
Yep.
Well, my bride just brought me a carburetor for Christian's truck that we've had at the house. I got to get on that thing next so they get this thing done. Say hi to everybody.
Hello.
They can't see you.
Good thing, because I'm a mess.
You've been cleaning chicken coop?
Yep.
Been cleaning chicken coop.
Definitely. It's pretty bad.
I see this one's like full. I saw it.
Yeah. Feeling kind of bad about it.
Yep. So yeah, she's out cleaning chicken coops right now. I'm out here trying to get these lines hooked up for the keg. Get all the cooler lines hooked up and the gas lines and the beer lines and all that good stuff. Because we're building a heck of a truck here. It'll be very very popular for beer. So it's kind of cool. We have the 4 kegs on the front of this thing. Turned out pretty well. I will start doing some videos on it. We've been videoing as we go. And I'll start dropping them on the comments or on the channel. So if you're visiting here and never been on my channel before, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. If you feel like it, give me a thumbs up or a like or subscribe or a chat, a talk, a comment, any of that stuff. Love to hear what you got to say. And if you can figure out a better way to take these clamps off, I'm with you. I'm listening. I don't know which way to get them off, but the way I'm doing it is not working very well. They said I haven't seen anybody. If they said anything, it hasn't come on. I was kind of wondering. Usually I have a bunch of comments on here. I don't have any comments. So if you can hear me, make a comment or something so we know. So far, I don't have anything. I don't know what it is. Ooh, I heard it snap. I just might have got it. Made a snap noise like it broke. Try that vice grip up some more. Give her another. Oh, it broke. Yay! Yay. Can you say yay? Say yay. Yay. I don't want to see commercials. Can you say yay? All right, now it's peeling off. All right. Oh, man, it's sharp. I got to give it to old Cold Break for putting these bad boys on. They did not mess around, boy. They are legit. I take a 911 knife. Cut the tubing. what I have to cut right before we go much further are these little zip ties. Drive me crazy. So they're just hanging here in the way, and they keep rubbing up on me like something's touching me. I'm getting attacked. Good enough for now. So, get this tube off. And got it. All right. Now we'll get to cutting and measuring again. Garbage off there. Lay these out nice and straight. Measure once, cut twice. You know how that goes. You're supposed to measure twice, cut once. Little sarcasm. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, they're close enough for government work. Then we got to do this final little bugger here. So last time I used the side cutters, get that thing all crunched down, almost cut with it. Get it kind of all worked down a little bit. And then I will take, oh, that might have worked. It's the last one, so I should be able to figure it out. Gentle persuasion. So, hey, I'm on live right now with YouTube. All right. With the lambs? Yeah, it is wild. All right, bye. Go watch my live. All right, bye. So that was Alphala's fabrication. Let's see where we're at here. So we get up to live. Click on live. There we go. We're back close to live. Yeah, Alphala's fabrication called. Was talking about some harvests he did, and pretty interesting what happened. But I don't know if it's too graphic for us, but he harvested a few animals, and the gunfire caused a little fire. We'll just leave it at that. Nobody hurt. No big fire. No nothing. Just a little sparky spark. Little smoke. That's it. Oh. So I did a little cut on this one with the side cutters there, with the dikes, and it seems to have worked better because it's the last one. Of course, it's going to be a lot easier. Not easy, but easier. We'll see if it's going to be that much easier. It definitely is moving more. Come off, there we go. Now, a box knife, cut that bad boy right there. Tell you what, this tubing ain't no joke. And there we go. All right, so we got our 4 ends. Cut that piece off. Like so. Make sure it's the same length as the others. And then we will start bolting together. These things work really good for cutting tubing. Really good. Double check our links. That one might be a hair long. Nope, same length. All right, well, now we gotta get the little rubber gaskets. Get those things bolted up. So we take our little 11 by 13 hose clamp, like this. Made for fuel injection hose clamps, what they call them. That's what they used to call them. I don't know if they still call them that anymore. But we stick one on. And we stick our end on. Like this. I don't know if anybody's got any questions out there. But shoot me a question if you got one. It's nice and tight on there. It's a barred fitting anyway, so it's not really going to come off. And then you come over with this clamp. Like that. This thing still spin it. And then you just tighten her up. And that's it, that's all. Like that, it has a little bolt that bolts to it, like so. And then that clamp goes on there real nice, and it still can tie on. 1 done, 3 to go. 11 by 13. Slide that bad boy on, right on in. Just like that. Just clamp over it. Away we'll go. Well, this one's tight. All right, that one's good. Switch it up. Like I said, it's not going to take too much. It's good and tight. That's two down. $11 by 13, 13, 15, 13, 15, 11 by 13. Slip it on. Give a little spit on it, give it a little slip. Hey, look at all my, now that I started spitting on it, all sorts of people tuned in. That's pretty good. And then we just tighten it on up, slip it on. There we go. You're not going so far so it hits this, little coupler here. You want to make sure it's got some room before you tighten it up. Like I said, if you like beer, you can go to Cold Break, and they actually sell these jockey boxes. They have taps on the end of them, and within minutes they get the beer ice cold. You just put a slurry of ice and water in there, and then it's ice cold beer, and you can put other drinks in it, seltzers and all sorts of stuff, lemonades, spiked punches, just regular soda, all that. They sell them, 2, 4. They sell individual ones, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. Just what I've done. They got some neat stuff. They got great customer service. I've called them twice this week, and I've had like 3 emails with them just to double check. And I think a lot of times they're just like, "Why are you calling me?" But they're cordial and they're nice, even though I'm sure they're like, "You got it down, just do it." But I want to make sure I do it right. So, isn't that right, Tori?
Yes, I didn't hear what you were saying.
I wasn't saying much. I wasn't saying much. I was just talking about how Cold Break was good.
They are great. They are awesome. Can't wait to fully use it.
We're going to find out. All right, last one. Give it a cranker downer. All right, ta-da! We got 4. Now we got to find. I gotta find it in all this mess. I gotta find my washers. I got a mess of stuff. We're gonna need those. Start getting rid of some of this cardboard. Down there. Oh, we'll have to save that part. So far, I'm not seeing the washers. We'll see them. They'll be here. They're not on here. It definitely shows washers going in there. Ta-da! Got him. Got him. Got him. Throw them all over the ground. I could show you what we're doing here. So basically, let me throw this little camera up here. Here's what we're doing. So we're hooking those up to the back of the wall. So try to go this way. Oh, I got a little box. That's what we'll do. So you can kind of see what's happening. Throw this, all our garland in it. There we go. Put it up on the edge. Now you can see. So what it does is, we'll take a washer, stick it in there. Let's do this side first. You want to make sure the washer is nice and flat. See, there's a metal flange right here and it's flat. You don't want them to get caught up in that, in those threads. So you have a good seal. 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 That's what you want. Push them in there nice and flat past the threads. Hold it tight on there. And then we're going to thread this bad boy on, like so. Now, since it's the first one, I pulled it back. I'm going to double check it. I didn't crimp it down real hard, make sure it's sealed in there. Yep, it'll seal. Pull it back nice and firm. What you want to do is pull it back like that, put it on here, and then twist her on down until it hits. And cinch her on up. You can kind of feel the rubber on there real nice. Like that. This side's going to be the same way. Pull it tight. That one fits a little better. Pull this thing back a little bit. Get a splatter in there. Pull it tight. Spread it on there. Like so. It's going to want to twist on you a little bit. So what I'm going to do, so it doesn't twist, they're little brutal little clamps. Not crimping it, just so it doesn't twist, and not into the line, just on the clamp part. Just kind of so it holds it better. You can kind of feel it. Nice and snug. Perfect. Get it nice and straight here. And then we're going to put what I showed you earlier. These. Like so, it'll slide on. However they open up. One of these ends open. There they are. Goes like so. And then I'll cut it, measure it, but that's how it's going to go. Just so you know. Now you know. I've been putting all my clamps on the wall side. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I did lick it to give it a little moisture to seal to. Oh, there's turned in the handles. The whole thing turned. Okay, so I'm going to tighten that up. Well, dang. That's kind of interesting. So the tap handle is, can't get to it. But we'll tighten that bad boy up. Keep moving forward. Anybody's got any comments out there? Any questions? Love to hear from you. It's not coming across on my phone. I don't know if it's coming across somewhere else. But if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Ask me. I'll just keep moving right along until I go tighten up those taps. Didn't even think about it. I'm gonna tighten up good. Let's keep trucking. Remember, lick it. And remember, by the time the beer goes through there and we clean this line out, it'll all be good. This thing's sitting up on a little rack here. We weren't sure where the taps are going to go exactly, so it's kind of adjustable. They're at a little bit of an angle down. We could lower the rack if we need to down the road, which we may. But as of right now, they work. So that one's going to bug me because I didn't do it the right way. So I'm going to pull her off. I want all my clamps on the other side. Wasn't paying attention when I did it here. So now I'm going to have to pay more attention. We'll flip her around. All right, there we go. That seemed to work good. Last one to go. I am going to pop out real quick though, and I'm going to tighten up that beer tap with this little beer tappy tapper. You have this cool little wrench here. I'll take you with me. How about that? We got this rickety little ladder here to get in and out of this bad boy. We have not bought the actual ladder we're going to use yet. I have this rickety dickety doo. I'll show it to you. It's okay, but got to just be careful. So here's what it looks like. The tap truck. You see it turn that one tap kind of wonky donkey. So turn two of them wonky donkey. We'll get them all lined up nice and straight. Get them all tightened up. There we go. Feel good with that. Feel good with this one. I think I'll have to do the wall. Tighten the wall nuts up a little bit on the back wall. Good. The last one, it's good. And then we'll get a wrench. Put this wrench so we don't lose it. We'll get a nice wrench and we'll tighten up the back wall. To the wall! Because obviously now we're hooked. Well, I will pop up in there and get that bad boy tightened up. Tighten up. So, it's kind of a smoky day. I don't understand why, but I don't know. We got some fires going or something. But you can see on the back there, there's actual, oh, there's my inverter and battery. And I just charged it. It lasted for over 3 days running the lights. Pretty damn impressive. 3 days of running lights. And it was still going. I just threw the charger on it today. Charged it up for the day. Just because. Alright, so we got more tools we're going to deal with. Oh yeah, they were loose. All right, that one's tight. Yeah, loose as a goose. loose. There we go, make sure we're all snug. Again, see if we loosest. There, it's snug. That's snugged up good. We got our last little gasket here. We will be able to dispense out that side. Pretty exciting. All right, I'm pretty comfortable with that. That seems to be about the right spot. We'll then bolt this thing down. We're going to put it on the handles so it doesn't move and break this, over time. That's the plan there. Well, that gives you an idea what we got going. We did have a broken board. I glued it. The other side doesn't look like that. It's supposed to dry clear. It's not very clear, but nobody in the back is going to see it. Well, there we go there. And then we'll get our little box to see how it looks. If the sun going down a little bit, we'll get a little better. There we go. I get a little better view of everything. Well, let's see what it looks like there. Yeah, it's still a little dark, but a little low. Yeah, just doing different things, trying to get it set up so you can kind of follow along what we're doing here. Let's turn it a little bit here, maybe like this. I'll hook up the rest of it here. Yeah, there we go. Any questions out there what we're doing? Well, there we go. See the goal. We'll see if we hit it. Well, yeah, we're just setting it up. I'm cutting some of these zip ties that are hanging. They're all ready to go. Now we're going to hook up that side, the input side. really not too much to it until I get the buckets. I want to say it's got a washer hooked on here, 2 washers there. So that's going to just roll on the edge of it like this. Just like so, and then these come off. Excuse me. We got lots of little these ends are already ready to go, so there ain't much going on right there. Not until I get the buckets to figure out where they're all going to sit. So, yeah, those are all done. And they got the washers hooked to them, so that's a pretty simple little deal. We just put the washer up, screw it on, let it down, so that's good. Don't have to mess much with those. And then we just hook up the gas hose. Gas hose in the ends. We got more garbage. We got more garbage. More garbage. That's pretty much it until we get the gas hoses, or I mean the buckets. And I could put these on while we're here, so these are ready to go. We can do that. I don't know if anybody else is out there wanting to say something, but I said we were here to tell you about our truck. Go there, we'll leave that so it doesn't get damaged. And then we can put these little ends on. Let's see where we're at here. It's got a little ball. So this thing, goes into a keg. You turn it and then you tap it. The gas obviously on the end of them because you can purge the gas. Take one of these here. Oh, I gotta figure out how that goes. I guess it goes in there like that. Well, that won't work. Or if it has to be cut. Nope, it's sealed. Definitely goes like that. I mean, pretty simple, but why is it cut? Let's see if another one's like that. Go with another one. Let's see how it works. Oh, they're all like that. Well, I'll be dipped. Oh, there. Hey, Falls Fabrication. It says Mom's Simple Hunter. I don't know what that means. Okay, well, those go together like that then. Flawless Fabrication was, hey, Tori? Flawless Fabrication's comment was Mom's Simple Hunter.
Mom and Hunter.
And this is, you don't remember when Hunter called Mom simple because she was from Janesville, didn't understand that it's what it meant. He was calling her stupid.
Oh yeah, there was something where he called me simple, and you guys were like, "Really?" Mom simple.
What does that have to do with my life? You were born in Susanville. You are simple. What you said, that was simple. All right, so I guess these just go in any old way. So I do have a wrench. Get those all tightened up. All right. One down, three to go. If they're complete, put them in the box. All right. Do number two. They give us these big worm clamps, and I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use the good clamps. Hopefully I have enough. So anybody else got any questions about what we are doing? These things tighten up and then you feel them like stop. Yep, there they go. They stop. That's cool. So let me show you your handiwork there, Raggy Poo. So here's what you got going on. So there's the little jumpers, hoses. There's the box. There's the thing, and the kegs are going to be over here. So they're going to have it strung across here. They said I could turn this box around. So it has, so it's easy to put ice in there. So it opens up like so. We can drop all the ice in it. And there you go right there. Pretty cool, huh? So when we climb up in here, we drop the ice. And there you go. That'll be it. And you shut it down. I said about 34 pounds of ice that this little box holds. So quite a bit. We are a little off. We ended up lowering the taps a little bit. We can either leave it like this or we might need to lower the box, but for now it's good. It's easy to fix if we need to fix it. Well, there you go. Gives you an idea what you did. All right, there we go. Another tap. That tap. There's 3, and the 4th one's on there. So we can run 4 taps on this truck. The first wedding we're doing is going to have 3 Coors Lights and some Jack and Mac or something like that. So that's what they doing. Sounds pretty cool to me. I don't need a. Don't need advertisement. Just keep on trucking. Got that in and that. And this goes in the. Just like so. Tappy tap. You can feel it tightening right up. This is good quality stuff, I got to tell you. Old Cold Break really knows what they're doing. No doubt. Yeah, and it stops. That's cool. Cool. That goes back in the taps. Take this one off. Get the hoses on. Like that. And the last one. There we go. Get her all tightened up. There you go. Feel it tight. It just stops. It's good. All right. Let's make sure we got all 4. All 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now we can load the box with all the stuff till we get to we'll get the tubs lined up. Get all that done. All these clamps can go there. We know what we got. Got a lot of clamps. little thingy bobbers can go back in the box. For now we'll know what we got there. Don't see any real issues with anything. Delicious. Put the little cap back on. All right, those caps are on. I'm gonna throw these, and this, and this, and these back in the box so we don't have any issues. I'm gonna wait to cut the foam until we make sure that's exactly where it's gonna go. So that can go back in the box. Once we figure out where it's exactly gonna go, we are really close to firing this bad boy up. That there. Fancy little sign. We'll be able to go right there somewhere. Cap top. Put that on top of the cap. Blue line. All the tools. All the garbage. So there's a garbage can right there. We'll see how my shooting skills are. If I put it on this one little bag, it might go. All right. We're taking bets on if I can make it. All right, any more garbage? Nope, looks like about the garbage. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, missed it by that much. Take all the tools back. Clean that junk up. So I've had this little snap-on, let me show you this thing, magnet screwdriver set. I've had this bad boy, it's 1985 or 6, and it works really, really good. Look at that thing. And it's got a little ratcheting screwdriver on it. You put your sockets on it. I keep my 1/4-inch sockets in there with it with a 1/4-inch ratchet, and it can go just about anywhere I want to go. I always leave a magnet, drop that in there, leave the ratchet in there, and look at that. That thing is, you can tell I use it a lot. I use it all the time. Well, all right. Well, tools go down. We are pretty much done with all the fun to this point. Let's put all that back down. Got that. Take that off there so it don't fall. Down here with all my garland, clementine. Got another. Go there. Blanket down. we are ready to go down the lower end. I'll show you all that, what it looks like. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I don't say so myself. Don't need the box no more. I don't think I can make that in. Oh, almost did. That was kind of cool. It floated and almost floated in the garbage can. Like I said, we got a rickety little step here. I better hold on tight. I got it lined up in case I fall and get a good laugh. Okay. Whew. To give you an idea, we don't have the garland up or the fabric, the white fabric to lace through there. But let me turn the lights on here for you. Well, there's the lights. It's got all the twinkle lights. Here's all the tappy taps. Obviously this one is turned. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Oh, I gotta get that wrench. That one turned. So I'll have to figure that, loosen back up now that I know what I'm doing. Let's do that right now. Get that set up, just like so. And just so everybody knows, right up in here is going to be a mirror. We're getting cut, put in there, so that's kind of cool. There with the tool. Now we got to figure out where the tool went. I see it. So then this thing loosens up. We can straighten her up. Get the tap back on there nice and straight. Just cinch her down like that. This one's crooked too, so we have to loosen that one back up. So if you guys are wondering, these things have teeth in them. And that's how they line up with the rubber gasket, and they have these teeth right here. See the gasket behind her, that's how they keep them straight. Get them nice and straight where you want them, and then just cinch them down. Just like that. All right, there we go. We are all buttoned up. Looks pretty good. So that's the mobile bar cattle truck. And that's the awning for it. It'll have white kind of fabric and a bunch of the garland up there. It'll look really, really good. We've had it before on there, you know, and we don't have it right now, but we have it, but it's not on. So yeah, looking good. As I say, looking good in the neighborhood. Alrighty. Well, if anybody's got any questions about it, ask now or forever hold your peace. You know how that goes. You hold your peace. All right. Cattle truck mobile bar. So what you do is you get yourself a cold beer cup. What kind of beer do you want? Coors Light? Look, no foam. That's how it works. So it depends what kind you want. We got a little drip pan here for it. Chalkboard around there, you know. Wedding, blah, blah, blah. Little shelf to put some cups, things on. Little areas for prep stuff, you know, lay them on this shelf that we built. That's pretty much it. The roof is adjustable. When we're just serving under it, we're gonna lower down a hair so it's good and flat. Looks the best, but up. In case we're gonna do a self-serve on the next one we do. We don't want people at 6'7.5" It's way up here, so if you're 6'8", you're in trouble. But you're used to ducking if you're 6'8". And that's kind of where it's sitting right now. So I don't know if we have any other questions here. Let me check my phone. So if you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, if you're on here watching, make sure you like and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. But this is the truck. Like I said, I'll do one little walkthrough with it real quick with you. So you kind of can see what's going on now that I got that all finished up. So here's what we got. This is a 1960 Chevrolet Apache 30. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some sweet patina on that, bring that red paint out a little bit. Haven't done that yet. I'll probably do that maybe tomorrow afternoon or Sunday. But there we go. There's the Apache 30 Chevrolet. Cattle truck mobile bar. Kat did that. She did a great job with it. We put the bus mirrors back on, or the West Coast mirrors. I used to call them bus mirrors as a kid, but now they call them West Coast mirrors. I guess on the East Coast they don't have them. I put a really nice brand new saddle blanket, which really fits the motif of the truck. And then this truck is just, we didn't touch it at all. We just welded it, all these, you know, the bed on. Right through here, we got a good weld in there by Follows Fabrication. He also welded brackets on for the shelf. We did the chalk paint on this. We did the little twinkle lights. We're 4 taps. So you got 4 taps here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 taps on the side of it. Right here is going to be a mirror. There's a mirror that goes there. I think we're going to put cheers on it. We haven't decided 100% yet. But the mirror is going to be cut here next week. We did the horseshoes for the shelf. My wife found this board and absolutely loved it, you know, with the truck. We had a lot of wood with it. A lot of different sides because it's a multi-use truck. The reason I called it cattle truck is because it's an old cattle truck. So that's what we called it, cattle truck. Because they hauled cattle in this from 1960 on. And it's got a dump bed. We're going to take the hydraulics off probably next week. So So that's the side of it. That's kind of what it looks like here in the shop. It's hard to get a great look at it in the shop, but when you have the lights on it and you have all the garland hanging off it, it really looks good. Really fits the motif of these kind of weddings. We're going to have these milk cans so you can sit at them, you know, while you're serving or whatever. Flawless Fabrication built the rack for it. So he built this. We're going to let it rust up so it'll look more rusty. And then we have garland that comes down through it so it hides it. But you just adjust it so whatever height we want. If we want it down a little bit, we adjust it down. I got it all the way up right now. So as you can see, it's at a little bit of an angle. But we can level it right out. It looks good at an angle, it's fine. And then the other side, so we made it fold all the way over, and the kegs are going to be in the shade. We're going to hang blankets in front of it. We're going to run insulation over to the jumper box, and the jumper box is hooked to there, and that has all the ice and all of the coils in there. If you've been watching this, you see the coils, and of course the garland's in that little box and a little blanket, you know, for whatever. CO2's got to be mounted because we're going to get the keg. I still got some junk to clean out of it, but we're going to put little tubs in there so the water doesn't leak on the ground. And then what's neat about this jumper box is right there, they have a drain. You can hook a hose to it. So it's going to have a hose right here. So we can just put a 5-gallon bucket out here and drain it and not make a mess. And of course, I have the inverter hooked to the battery. Runs over 3 days, those lights. In fact, I never did kill it after 3 days. The battery's a little low. I threw it on the charger today, and that's why you see the charger there, but it doesn't need to be there. So yeah, that's the gist of it. I put the window back up on the Jeep. Oh, I should roll this window down or up. So it's a truck. It's a cattle truck. It's all cleaned up inside, you know, with the new seat cover and stuff. So it looks good. And then I got to do the windows. The windows are dirty. But she did it on both sides. And then this gives you kind of an idea what it's going to look like. It's going to be more cleaned up. That's the last thing we do. Wash and wax it and get it all looking good. But there you go. That's that side of the truck. And the bride and the groom can take pictures with it, you know, whatever. Down the road, if we want to do double taps, we can do this side, flip that back over, and figure out something for a cover. You know, this has to be cleaned up, obviously. No, just the paint just kind of chipping on it. And then this could be another side. You know, maybe do 10 more taps over there. So that's the look. Tell me what you think. Like I said, we're pretty happy with it. We think it'll look great at these weddings, especially around in this neck of the woods here. It's totally different than the horse trailer. We're going to put a bar out in front of it. It'll have a little wooden bar. It's just cool. You know, it's just totally cool. And you can see the awning. You know, like I said, we're really happy with it. We hope you like it. Let me get this thing going here. I said, we hope you like it. You know, I said, we really like it. We hope it's successful for us. We hope we do a lot of fun weddings. I had a gentleman here yesterday. He says, I want to work with you. I love doing weddings. I could be a bartender. So, yeah, there you go. That's what it looks like. Hang up our weed eater. Ugh. That's going to be an issue. I don't know how to pull that thing off, but yeah, we'll get to that in a little while. I don't know if it's out of juice or I don't know what the heck's going on with this thing. But the battery comes off like that. Maybe it's out of wire. Oh, it's out of string. That's the problem. So it's parked here so I can put string on it, which I will do. I will get more string for her. Oh. So I do have the string. put her battery on the charger, and it'll be ready to go. Once the battery gets charged, we'll throw the string in it. We will call it good. So yeah, any other questions on the tap truck? These are working good, so you know, if you're out here working, you have a place to sit for a little while. We got another one over here, and I got 4 of these milk jugs. We're gonna put all 4 of them in the back, and we'll see how it goes. Got a couple of these. I don't know if we'll hang them up to hang a towel in it or something, or this may come in handy down the road. We got a couple of these that Flawless Fabrication made for me. We were going to put a bunch of shelves on that side, but as you can see, there's not a lot of room for a bunch of shelves. So we ended up with just the one shelf. That's how we did it, and yeah, we're pretty happy with it. All right, so we got we got comments. I was walking around, I'm sorry I missed them. So, are you worried the beer will get when the truck is in motion? Might be a while to settle down, truck has to park. Okay, yeah, so that's a great question. So basically what we're doing with this truck, there's gonna be no beer in this truck. We're gonna take this truck on a trailer. It's a dry hire, so they have to buy the kegs. Whether I pick them up, they pick them up, it's regardless. We're going to try to do the setup the day before. So the day before the wedding, let's say the wedding's on Friday, we're going to want to be on Saturday, we're going to be there on Friday. We're going to set this truck up, we're going to throw the kegs in it, we're going to get them tapped, get them kind of ready, get them settled, so then the next day at, let's say 3 o'clock when the wedding starts, we can fire it up. The other way we can do it is, let's say we're not available on Friday, we can go Saturday, as long as we get the kegs there, in my pickup truck or something that's not going to shake the crap out of them, then we will set those up in there. That's what everybody does. They usually set up the day before. This truck runs and drives, but I'm not driving it. It's a 1-ton, 4-speed, 1960 truck. It's able to move off the trailer, move around there, whatever they need to do, great. I don't really want to fly down the highway 40 miles to an event. So we will go on my car trailer. And we will separate the kegs from the truck until the truck gets parked. And that is the way we'll settle the beer. Because yes, we are worried about it. That's a minor detail to work out. Even if we get the kegs there the day before, or in that morning, and they have a few hours to settle, we'll be good. We're going to put them in tubs, a couple blocks of ice in the tubs that we freeze in our freezer, small, just to keep them cooler. And then that takes 34 pounds of ice in that jumper box. Comes out 33, 34 degrees. Very little foaming issues. This is a proven system. That's why I bought it from Cold Break. They've been there, done that. I've called them 3 times this week on issues, you know, and they're just like, here's what you do, here's what you do. They just know exactly. So yes, Tim, thank you for that question. That's awesome. Jim writes, good afternoon, Jimmy James. What up, Jim? How are you? Glad you joined us. And then let's see here. Tim says, okay, love the truck. How are you using it? And then Jim Rice says, truck looks good. Thank you, Jim. So back to Tim. What we're going to do is we're going to use it for any kind of event like a wedding or a party. We can even do kids' parties on this thing because we don't have to have alcohol in these taps. We can put anything you can think of, root beer, we can put seltzers, we can do lemonades and do some of those fun drinks, you know, because we're going to have a bar out front here. This is just not just a tap truck. When it's going to the first wedding, it's going to be a self-serve tap truck. Really close friends of mine, they want to self-serve. They want 4 taps on it with beer. They already got the beer. They got everything ready to go. We're going to pull the truck up a few days before, get this thing going. People are just going to come up, and I'm going to be at the wedding. So we're not too worried about them, you know, destroying it. I don't think they'll hurt it. If they do, we'll fix it. That's just pretty simple. So Yeah, so back to the original question, what we use it for? Weddings, parties, things, events, things like that. We can do, like I said, alcohol type events, or we can do non-alcoholic. So, and we can do mixed drinks. So you can put actually a beer in this, a mixed drink, a wine, whatever will go in a keg will go in there. I have one keg that has the top that comes out of it. I can mix drinks. I can take the old elk, little bourbon. You can mix it with a soda, whatever you want to mix it with, or like a rum and coke in my keg. Put the tap on it, hit the CO2. Got rum and coke coming out of a tap. 12-ounce cup. That's the advantage of these. The advantage is the customer buys the alcohol, so he doesn't get upcharged from your local bar. If a bar comes out, he's going to charge you for his bartender, he's going to charge you for the alcohol, he's going to charge you for all that stuff. You, as a customer, you buy the alcohol. So you get what's left. There's no upcharge. What you pay for is what you pay for. We don't care. We have a price to bring our truck out to you. And then the advantage is for you, another advantage is you don't have to deal with ice. You don't have to deal with drinks in an ice chest. People putting their slimy hands in an ice chest. You don't have to deal with some bartender doing a bunch of stuff. We have it all on tap. So if you want a beer, we pop the tap, 12 ounces. So 165 per tap is approximately what you're going to get out of a 12-ounce cup. So with a red Solo cup, at 160 times 3 of them is, 500. 490, I think is what it is. I used to be really good at math. Now I'm kind of like, yeah, that gives you all those options. And all you have to do is pick up Solo cups at the end of the night. You don't have to pick up beer cans and spilled ice and, oh, we're out of ice, and scooping it in there and trying to pour it, and all that goes away. If you do like a rum and coke, you can put another ice chest out here. We can scoop some ice, and then you have rum and coke with your ice, So that's another option. It's a great way to go. That's why these are so popular. I'm not going to tell you the competitor to this. Not really a competitor. He's out there doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not competing against nobody. But there's a company called Tap Truck USA. They do this. I think they have 10 trucks in San Diego and another 20 or 30 across the country. And then there's independent guys like us that are kind of all over too. There's lots. Most of them are done in old trailers. Some are done in the trucks. We did this in a farm style truck. It really fits our area here in Idaho. We wanted it to be a little different. We didn't want it to be the same old horse trailer. Not that the horse trailer was wrong, because we were going to do the horse trailer. We appreciate the horse trailer. It's just a little overdone for us, and we wanted, something a little different. So that's what we did. That's how we did it. Like I say, when I tell you about my stuff, I'm not trying to bag on anybody else's stuff, and I'm not that way. It doesn't matter to me. But that was our thought process, if you were wondering, of how we got to it there, Tim. And thanks for that question. Appreciate that. So any other questions out there? And thanks. I'm going to give Tim a bunch of hearts and Jim Rice a bunch of hearts and Flawless Fabrication for participating. That's really cool. Really cool. I appreciate that. I can make cup holders almost. Make them a little bigger horseshoe, and you could actually drop. There you go. You could drop a cup with it. These are ponies. You got a little bigger horseshoe. This thing would hook, sit right in there. There you go. Flawless Fabrication. All right, Tim. Let's see here. So, what did you put? Ooh, come on now. Let's see. Come on, phone. All right, there we go. So, let's see. Shannon said math is a gym thing. All right. I said something that was inappropriate yesterday, and Tori yelled at me for it. I said, I'll drink to that. It was a joke. But she's protecting old Shannon, because we are proud of Shannon, that's for sure. So it is a gym thing. I get it. Math, inappropriate, all that stuff. Let's see what Tim has to say. Great that you make someone else buy the alcohol. That takes a lot of liability away from you. It does, and it's actually not legal to be able to do that. So what it is called dry hire. And most states are this way. A lot of people don't realize that. You have to have a liquor license. You have to have a brick and mortar. These don't. Not all states. Most states. Most states, these are only legal to use alcohol out of them if you buy the alcohol. I can't go buy all the alcohol and then serve it without a liquor license. They don't issue liquor license for mobile bars. Just not a thing. Like I said, that's not every state. There is some states I understand that do. Not my state, and I don't know what state it is. So yeah, the liability goes down a little bit. We still have to have insurance on this thing. We still are serving beer, so there is some liability to it. My wife and I have taken a little training course on how to, recognize overpour type stuff. I was in law enforcement for a lot of years. I'm what they call DAR certified. I've done the whole bit, so I'm pretty confident in that I will be able to make a good judgment if they drink drunk, had too many drinks. That's the last thing I wanted to be involved with was over pouring somebody. So we're not going to do that. I'm not saying they won't slip by us because get your sober buddy to get a couple beers and then they're drinking over here. And how do you really know? There's got to be some self responsibility. But will I do every effort I can to keep people from driving home and crashing? Oh yeah, no doubt. Why would you not? So, that only makes my business better. The least problems we have. We don't want to have those problems. Whenever you involve alcohol, there's going to be a problem. That's going to be the way it is. I'm sure somebody's going to yell at me. Oh, I'm not drunk. Yeah, okay. Been yelled at before. So, not much they're going to do to me. What are they going to do to me? I'm going to tell you no. You're not going to come up and get it. That kind of stuff. So, yes, by them buying the alcohol, it does take a little of the liability off. Kind of. I'm still there at the event. Something happens. We own the truck. So, there is some liability in it. The biggest thing, it's really cheap for the customer. You go buy the keg. If I own a liquor store, or if I owned a liquor license, I owned a bar, and you hired me out as a caterer to do this, when I go buy the beer, I'm absolutely going to upcharge the alcohol just like I would in my bar. So when I sell you a keg, round number, if I sell you a keg for $100, I hope I only pay like $75 for it. You go buy it, you pay $75 for it. And then you have to hire the bartenders on top of that, no matter which way it goes. With the truck, you get us and the bartenders and the truck. So the bartending's still not free because we're gonna, we cost with the truck, but they're gonna do a setup also. So it's a big win for the dry hires. And we can do the mixed drinks and all that stuff. You bring it. We're gonna have a tub on here that you can put the champagne in. We'll do the pours for them. We're gonna do different packages. Like A, B, and C. A will be just the truck. B will be the truck with us. C will be the truck with us with a full bar in front of it, type thing. Because and maybe they say most people pour the wine out of the bottle, so we'll just do the wine versus in the taps. But we're gonna work our way through it. I'm telling you something that just for my studies and my going down the rabbit hole, until I actually put it in practice, hey, that all can change. You know how that goes. But again, Tim, thanks for that question. And I don't know if we have any more comments, but sure love to hear them if you do. And I think Jim and Shannon should come up and work it with us. You got experience working on a food truck. I mean, you could do this too. You got the skills. We know you do. There goes the donkey. The donkeys are running. The donkeys are running. The donkeys are running. So, yeah, if Jim and Shannon are looking for a little side work, well, here you go. I don't know if you've ever been on a food truck before. Maybe. Same idea. Let's see, I don't know if I have any more comments here. My comments went away. What the heck? There they are. All right, didn't have any more comments, so I escaped it. And then the other thing we're going to do on this is we have these taps. I made these. These are out of a, here, let's go look at the donkeys running. That's pretty cool. Watch. Want to see donkeys running? I know it's not, car stuff, but what the heck? There they go. They're running out here. Of course, the minute I put the camera on, they're going to stop. So that is a little bit in the distance, but that is, I don't know if I can zoom in here at all. There we go. So that is Willard, is the big one, the world's largest donkey. And the black one, he's his little buddy. His name is Eugene. And they were just running through the field here just a minute ago. We also have Beulah, the mini mule, and Pickles, the white horse, is out here somewhere. They're not ponies. They're actual small animals, except for Willard. Like I said, Willard is a giant donkey. He's the biggest donkey on earth. He's not a mule. He's a donkey, and he don't look huge from here, but you walk up to him, he's humongous. He's big boy. He's quite a ways out there. So, but they play together, him and Willard. He wasn't supposed to be here. He wasn't like, he didn't fit our motif. We got all mini animals around here. And he got dropped off. It's a long story. And he was having a bad life. And, things weren't going real good for him. And he scored coming here because Tori loves these things. And she's out with him every day and hanging with them. And he is one of the nicest animals you've ever been around. He comes straight out of the desert. So we don't know the story, but we believe they were using him to breed him because he's so big to horses to make mules. And then they castrated him before he ended up here. But yeah, there he is. Now they're not running. The minute I pull the camera out, they're not running. And then these are the meat birds, if you're wondering. Those will be slaughtered here pretty quickly. And we'll harvest those. She was cleaning out the coop today. But yeah, there they are. So, and of course, everything's greening back up. We got a lot of smoke in the valley today, so we can't see the bitter roots over there. They're just right in the smoke haze. That's a big mountain range, if anybody's wondering. But yeah, well, that's it right there. That's the view. Well, it's a pretty nice little view here. Usually we can see all the way, into Oregon over there, and we can't see the Montana, but it's right there. We can see the Bitterroot Mountains over there. I think that's what they call them. That Buffalo Hump and all that. I'm not real familiar with it, so I don't want to get too far. If I got people watching right now, know the difference, they'll tell me, hey, dummy, that's the blah, blah, blah mountains. But these are American breasts. They are a dual-purpose bird, but they're mainly known for their meat. They call them the Wagyu of chicken. And they're getting ready to be harvested. They're big, and most of them are boys. So, but they free range out here. They run out in the fields. They really clean up well. We've been graining them the same stuff we grained our beef with. So we know it's going to turn out good because everything we've eaten from that grain, that barley, has turned out really, really well. So that's the look at the outside. So there we go. And then there's the truck. But that's what we got going. I had to turn on the live while I was out here finishing it up. There's old Christian's truck. Hopefully we get that done next week. I got all the parts for it. I got it all cleaned up. I got a lot more work done to it than really looks like. I've been grinding on it pretty good. So there's more done to it than it really looks. It just needs to go back together. A lot of the hard work is, we've been busy out here, obviously. So, yeah, if Jim and Shannon, if you're still watching, we need employees here in Idaho. There you go. So, and then we got this little fancy, look at this, huh? Oh, little fancy little flowers. And then with the garland, I'm gonna have to decorate it all up. We're gonna have to start taking pictures of it and get it out there. And we're just about ready to start advertising that we're we're in business. We do have that wedding coming up at the beginning of October. That'll be our test run. We're going to do the dinner the night before, and then we're going to do the wedding itself. It'll give us a feel for what we got going. We know we're obviously going to test the taps prior to going out there to make sure all this runs. But when I mean testing it, how is this going to pan out for us? Are we just going to do self-serve? Are we going to do where we go out and do? There's all those questions. How it's received. We're going to see. People really love this thing. If they don't, well, I guess we'll have to rethink that. We think they're going to love it, so really not too concerned with that part of it. Okay, we will build a tiny house. Another subject for somebody else, but you're watching right now. We have a spot right out here. There's about an acre and a half out front, but we'll have to be able to cut around it because we still have to get some of our hay off it. So, but if you get at one end of it, there you go. There's your tiny house right there. We'll even give Jim a little key to the shop. He can come in here and work, clean out some of this junk, put a car in here. He's got a red one he could probably park in here. It'd be all good. So there you go. We're going to go out by the donkeys out there. Now that spot's a good spot. There's lots of spots. All right, well, it's about time for me to go in. Now that my live's starting to gain some followers and get some questions, I had it on early because I was just working it. Nobody's really on the computer at 2:00 in the afternoon, so I understand that. I get that. This will play out down the road. I do have a video coming out on Tuesday. Just so you guys know, I've actually been working pretty heavily on my videos, different things I do and don't do. Lots gone into it. Now that I've been monetized and I get my big bucks from YouTube, I'm going to start releasing my videos on Tuesday at 5:29 p.m. to beat the 5:30 rush by a minute. That's kind of my plan. So if you're watching my video right now and you have another channel, you might want to do 5:28. And then I'll do 5:27. Pretty soon we'll be on at 5. But no, that was kind of my plan with it. I want to kind of own Tuesdays. So many big creators own the weekends and Thursdays and Fridays, and I just don't want to get in the pool with them. For one reason, I watch their stuff, so I'm not hating on them because I like their stuff. But again, I want to be successful too, so I want my own spot. So Tuesday seems to fit. My video's done for this Tuesday. I just did it yesterday. It's all posted up. I switched my editing that I used, what I used before for editing, and it went pretty easy. Actually, it was probably easier than the old stuff. So this is my third editing program. The one was a CapCut, and everybody really said don't do that because it's a TikTok product, and there's a bunch of disclaimers there. They can own all your stuff, and yeah, we're not going to do all that. So I had to go away from that. But I did Final Cut Pro for their trial. It was okay. Steep learning curve. Very good though once it's put together. I used iMovies on this one from Mac. So I downloaded that yesterday. Put it on the. I edited it last night. I figured out what I did wrong to get it on YouTube, and it was uploaded within an hour. So very fast, very simple. In fact, it was uploaded in about probably half hour to 45 minutes. So it worked really well. So I'm pretty happy with it. We'll see the quality of it, All right, so got some more text messages here. She's probably watching, and I won't say what it's a text message for. But yeah. I don't see any other questions, so I think we're going to end this bad boy because I'm going to go inside. Cook up some dinner. It's dinner time. And maybe come back out here for the evening and finish up some stuff that's pending. Because I got lots of pending stuff. Lots of pending. So I will get her done. That's no doubt about it. So again, thanks for joining me on the live. Tim, Jim, Shannon, Ryder, thank you for the comments. Appreciate it. Hope I didn't miss anyone else that commented. Doesn't look like I did, but if I did, thank you. If you don't subscribe and you're one of these that are on there right now and haven't subscribed, go ahead, like and subscribe. It's a big help for me. It doesn't hurt you any. It's free for you. It just shows you when I come up, and that's a big help for me. I really appreciate that. So we'll see you then. Peace out.